Good? Okay, we got 5:01. I open up the Board of Selectmen's meeting, November 27, 2018. May I have a roll call, please?
Marshall Bishop here.
Michael Wilson here.
Steve McQuinney here. Can we all please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We have received news that we lost another resident. Yeah, very sad. I've known her her whole life. She's done so much for this town. Yeah. Julie Perkins passed away after a long fighting battle, you know, and the involvement. I mean, the elections don't even seem to be the same without her being up here. But I just wanted to let people know that it's very sad, even though expected, extremely sad. So I wanted to get that out there. All right. We'll go right straight to agenda, which would be, you know, Everett's running a little bit behind times. So, you know, is this the public end of it, you?
No, I'm here for...
What's the agenda, Paul? I mean, Patrick.
So the non-public was to talk about that situation.
Yeah, the situation.
So we start and hope that Everett's...
We'll get, he said within a half an hour, and that was what, like almost 10 minutes ago? 5 minutes ago?
He said he was going to be half hour late, so...
And what time do you have to leave, Joe?
I could leave by 6.
By 6?
So maybe,
I got a minute.
Let's jump down and get some old business.
yeah, maybe we can do the old business and then half hour.
You get what I do? Get you in and out. Okay, logistics for 12 to 14?
Right.
12/7?
So as you know, the board at last meeting approved the closing of this building so that we can proceed with having the windows installed in the hallway. So the closing, as I understood it, was to the public, but not to the employees. And so we'd like to discuss that a little bit further based on the experience that we've had, was it last week or the week before, when they were going through the studs to move
Right.
the electrical wires.
Pretty quiet, was it?
It was pretty intense from a noise perspective. So, and I understand that maybe this time around, not only it's going to be noise, but there's going to be dust. And so I just want to make sure that we are cognizant of any potential employee concerns.
Thoughts?
Well, I think we're both sides of that. To me, if we're going to be shutting down, we should be covering all the desks and furniture and computers so dust not getting inside of them. And the concern is if we're letting people off, is it a paid day? And is there anybody here supervising them from, which I'm not sure if that's standard or not, tell people inside the office about us being there or how that typically happens.
Well, I can see probably dust, and I totally get covering the computers. I mean, is there other places they can work and be...
What about up here?
They would, but unfortunately, so we're not going to be able to move the computers, right?
all the file cabinets and all that stuff has to be moved, right?
Well, so that's the other thing that, we started talking about that today. We're going to have to do some reshuffling, moving stuff away where the work is being done so we can access, where we have to install the windows, which has to obviously happen before the 14th. And there's still a little bit of redesigning that we have to go through and see how we want to put the important cabinets, file cabinets that we have that would be easily accessible and are used often during the day when the town was.
I mean, is that going to be easier to do once you see all the windows there and all that stuff, or?
It may be easier to figure out what's feasible and where can go where, but I think we can do some prep work in terms of like going through the current file cabinets, but going to be moved anyway. It looks like some can be at least consolidated, even not moved, probably downstairs.
That was an elevator, right? Dolly,
Let me ask you this.
fire department.
We typically close on Tuesdays. Could we remain open on Tuesday? That way people could have Monday through Thursday to do, business here, and then close Friday, Saturday, Sunday? No?
So what I was probably going to tell you is that like, some people will have their planned schedule and close Tuesday, so I guess we probably would have to tell them if it's feasible. That's an option.
What are we talking? Friday, Saturday, Sunday,
It's
Monday?
Friday, yeah, Friday and
And
Monday.
Tuesday will be
The
a
reason-
closed also.
The reason why the days were picked was to have the long weekend, so the work could be done in case there were any issues when they opened it up that they couldn't foresee. The Tuesday option was still left to get the office back into order, because even prior to, on the 14th, we can't move those items until the end of the day, the 13th, because we're open for business. So Tom's going to have to come in on the 13th, move the filing cabinets out of the way so the construction can start. The Tuesday was set to have Tom come back and set everything up, because where you're going to place some of the items are not going to be their permanent resting place because of the reorganization of some areas of the office. And that's why the Tuesday was, and the Monday was picked. That way you could just effortlessly flow into the day we're closed, we'd prep, we'd be open for business Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
What about the week prior to?
What about it?
Would that be a possibility if people wanted to? Because we give people a day off if they wanted to substitute instead of losing a day's pay, coming in that Tuesday and working and having
Yep, you
swapping days, and then leave the town offices open one more day for people.
So you want to open the building on Tuesday and not just give, so you're saying open the building on Tuesday, the prior Tuesday, plus have people come in.
I'm for thinking that it would be best because of all the dust and everything, and just like, can we use Deb's tables in there where she is to set up anything for just one person to be here?
So I will tell you that the reason why I didn't want employees working on those days was because of the noise factor. You really aren't going to get any work done. We can't answer phones.
True.
We can't do any computers. What you can do, and like I had discussed with Chairman McWhinney, is we do have some reorganization we could do down in the historical room, but unless you have that planned out, employees that's not what they're used to. That's not what they're going to understand unless you have a plan for that room. I don't have a plan for that room. I just know it needs reorganization. You can get the kitchen prepped and ready, because we're not going to have a refrigerator downstairs for employees. But those are not all day events. Those aren't going to take all day.
So we're speaking for the selectman's office and the tax collector's office.
There's nothing as far as the tax collector's office, unless they want to go work in the vault, which I don't know their plans. I'm not Deb. I don't supervise her employees. I don't want to make the assumption that I know what they should be doing, because I don't.
I think it's a good point to just shut it down and have maybe a liaison here in case anything happens or in case they have to have anything, because it's going to be a lost day. And to have telephones relocated so you can be in this place and that place costs too much money to do that. So I think we just shut down.
Prior to Patrick coming on, I had planned on being here. It's not like you're going to open the building to contractors and not be present. I wasn't going to be present on the weekends. I was going to let them understand that they had access to the TA phone if they needed something to be looked at or anything like that.
So there's just a couple of things that we can do. One is, and I don't know if you've done that already yet, but like, if the contractor could do most of like the noisy and or dusty work during the weekend when there's going to be
cut everything out on the weekend and then
Right.
save for trimming out and.
Then what's he gonna do on Friday?
Well, Fridays get to move like the current camera and that kind of stuff, which should be maybe a little bit less intrusive.
Right, but I mean, just moving the counter isn't gonna take all day. I'm sure he'll start his cutting on Fridays.
Monday's a holiday, isn't it?
Not
That
the
day? No, it's not a holiday.
17th, no. I
I'm
don't,
thinking
Not the
that,
17th, right? It's the
17th.
12th and 4th,
And 17th too.
and 12, 17.
14th is Friday and 17th is Monday.
Logistics for 12 through 14.
12,
No,
14.
doesn't say
12.
Oh, 12, 14, oh, okay. Damn it.
I just didn't want to tie the contractor's hands. I just want to get in here, do a good job, and get out of here.
Well, he has 4 days.
I wasn't
I know,
at,
I don't see
It's
it.
actually more time than what he originally.
I wasn't at the last meeting, so I'm not understanding the heartburn over, is the heartburn paying people and not coming into work?
We didn't discuss her in detail. When the board agreed to close the building, we didn't discuss whether it was purely for the public and or the employee.
Okay.
Okay, and it's my mistake. So I just wanted to have this discussion about the employees because I think it's
I don't think we can close the building and tell them they gotta take sick time, or, can't use sick time because it's not sick time. It would be vacation, it would be mandating that they use.
How hard is it for them to take a box home while they work, or work that they can do at home?
So most employees aren't set up to
Okay, yeah,
do work
so-
on their, it's not like they have, they don't have access remote location like I do. Most employees don't have that access. Minutes can always be done, but you have the understanding and you have the current policy in place that they're not allowed to use equipment that's not town, and they don't have access to
It's true.
laptops. So,
I don't know if it would be like feasible to quote unquote play it by ear, let the employees come, and if it's too much of a problem, they're allowed to leave.
And most of them are hourly employees, so they don't show up, they're not getting paid, is that right?
that's correct. And my concern, so it's not like we close the building down all the time.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's not a big deal. It's construction that they have no control over. This is a board decision. This is an administrative decision. I don't think they should be penalized for
And
For
I
that
don't
decision.
either. It just can't do it.
I mean, there are minutes that people can do, I'm sure, but you'd have to give that option and that okay for this event, that they could do that at home. Also, I mean, we can have, I can have Diane come in, I have organization of welfare records that I can do on Friday and on Monday, of old welfare records that I need help with, and so I can pick Diane to do that, because I don't know if Annette is up to date on her minutes as far as the public portions, and I don't know where Bree sits with her minutes, but those are the employees that could do outside work at home if they needed to.
On Monday, do you know what they're planning on doing? Because I would imagine be buttoning up, putting trim on. In Friday, I guess it'll be a demo, the loud,
Friday,
That's-
Saturday,
Sunday, and then Monday, I imagine it'll be painting and kind of doing the trim work. And
he's actually doing that before he runs it, putting it up, painting.
so, I mean, Monday should be a fairly, I don't know, I'm just talking out loud. It might make sense to try to get it, if there is stuff here for people to do on Monday where it's not as dusty and as loud, then maybe get them to do something, even if it's not a full day, then, I feel more comfortable with that personally.
I agree with that too.
And if it is, then they can go home.
I guess, obviously, if it's a dusty environment and people are, have asthma, any type of breathing problems, we won't want them inside that kind of environment, but if they can be here and they can do something,
Well, I know 3 employees have health issues, so to put that in that type of environment and to pose that to them, I don't think it's wise.
I just don't think it's fair to make them take their vacation.
No, it's not fair at all. So you have to treat it like a snow day or
Well, it's different too.
something like that because it's
So-
not their fault.
So what do we play it by ear for the Monday, and
Yeah.
then give them the paid day for Friday?
I would tell them, I don't know, any plan on coming in late and someone get here maybe Monday morning and see if there's something that can be done here, if it's not too dusty,
If they can, give them a call.
yeah.
Or, yeah, I mean, there is work in the vault. I mean, we need to can go through a lot of that stuff.
So the vault can only be worked on by Deb's office, it can't be worked on multiple employees, our employees can't go in there and work unless Deb is supervising, and I don't know if she would want them in there, she's very specific who she wants working in the vault. And again, that's assumption, I'm not going to speak for Deb.
Because we don't have keys to it?
We don't have keys to the vault, it's Deb's vault.
Well, I think that's a good plan, like that, have
Get a
somebody
DMV.
like you come in here on a Monday morning.
I plan on coming in, I'm not taking off either day.
Right, or have to come in, look at everything, and see what they're up to.
If there isn't snow or something, because it's hard for him to get to work.
I guess, if employees can work that Tuesday and they don't wanna work Monday, you know,
Oh, they're working Tuesday,
okay, they all are.
yes.
Okay.
He's to be done by Monday.
So
let me know
Bree
about
and
that.
myself will be in, the other employees regularly have off on Tuesday anyways, they don't, the
I mean,
part-timers don't.
he might be done Sunday.
That'd be lovely,
Yeah. And we gotta order the glass.
yeah. I asked for measurements, and I didn't hear back on the measurements, so
What
I'm
glass?
getting mixed messages.
Class for the windows?
So I
That
will,
way you
I
can
will
talk
talk to
with
Deb
him.
again in reference to, the last I heard was, are we shimming it? They were gonna get me measurements for the interior portion of the glass, because of course it's not gonna be the exact same size as the window, that would be strange. I haven't heard the measurements yet, so I haven't ordered that. I believe Rich Cordis is ordering the
That's not true.
metal, the metal.
part of it, no.
awning that comes out, yes.
Does Everett know where to come in?
The downstairs is,
And he has a key,
He has a key.
he has a key.
so Friday off,
Monday play it by ear.
Friday.
That'd be nice if it was all done Sunday.
So Friday.
I'm gonna use just painting it and.
Alright, Friday off paid. You cool, Friday off paid? Friday off paid?
Yeah, right off paid, and then we have to just play Monday.
Monday. Oh, maybe he'd be done.
I know.
Because that's how many days he had on the original.
Well, I'm thinking if he's in there painting and touch up, it's not, you
He'll
know,
probably paint outside.
well, I'm thinking the dust is gonna be pretty much done by Monday.
He's pretty meticulous too. I think he runs a
Yes,
his vacuum cleaner and stuff, but still dusty, no matter how he says. Okay,
Okay.
you good with that? You all good with it? All right. No. Old Town Hall public meeting, Patrick.
All right, so again, last meeting, we talked about, me setting up, a meeting at the old town hall so that, the public, can come.
Come and have their input.
Better feel for what we're looking at and,
I don't think it's like we can show them everything.
no, probably not, because of safety issues and things
Right.
like that. But, so the reason I wanted to put that back on the agenda is like with the board, think that it would be a good idea to couple that with maybe a board meeting at the old town hall over there.
Not a bad idea.
I mean,
Is there
for,
Chairs and desks over there for us to have
yeah,
it?
they've had some planning board meetings.
Okay, that.
We'll have the fire department set it all up for us.
And so,
Yeah, he is. Go ahead, Pat.
because of this time in the season, it may be actually more appropriate to have it.
So hit all the public input in the beginning and then go into a regular meeting.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
And while they're looking around from the part of the public input,
Yeah, they just can't go too far. I mean, they're not allowed to the second story because the stairs and all that. You just stay away from the windows.
so maybe we should try to have like some kind of pictures or something like that, so that, because, I mean, the auditorium is in a much better shape than the rest of the building.
Right.
And so,
If they're not gonna get a feel for it, they might be able to go to the historic and shine a flashlight in where the utility room is and.
Let me ask the chief something. Chief, yeah, could you take the time or have one of your firemen go over to the old town hall and tell us where you don't want the public to go? It's up safety issues over there, so.
I mean, the stairs are stable. It depends on what kind of traffic you want, you know what I mean? I mean, the first floor is fine.
You can probably limit the number of people who go up.
Yeah, I mean, there's no hazard in an issue of collapse or something breaking. It's just,
I don't think that's.
it's just depending on how you want folks to, you know, access. There's no, you know.
Well, we want them to see it, we want to be able to see the second story and see what and all
You
that.
can walk up there, open the door. You don't need to, you know.
Yeah,
It's
because
just
they
a big
are the
open
ones
room.
who are gonna make it this, whether they can.
I mean, yeah, I mean,
I think you're better off taking photos and doing a slideshow or something like that, to be honest with you, because
Yeah.
you get, them stairs are narrow,
they are.
rising treads are not,
safer.
yeah, someone goes diving down those, yeah.
You can do that, Mike, okay? You can do the slideshow.
I'll take a video.
Okay, video is good too. It
Yeah,
is,
like
but,
a laser.
I think that's a good idea because they need to know and see everything that is happening over there because it's going to take some.
I'm gonna get some pictures of the windows,
Uh,
you know, did we need all new glass, I guess, that's something.
Well, a lot of that stuff they can see from the exterior. I mean, it's really, the things they're not gonna see is the damaged plaster upstairs and, you know, uneven floors. The mold in the bathroom, they can see that because that's open to them. They're not gonna see the dirt crawl space down there.
Well, you can, but they can go into the
Flash
store
alarm.
and walk by it.
They could, yeah, they can stick their head in maybe.
Yeah, but just bend over. Another question that I had was, you know, I know the leaching field is like 10 years old. You know anything about that? The
As
leaching
far
field?
as,
Do you?
Was done
I
in
mean, the only thing I know is
2000.
the Potters did it, reconfigured it, you know, not that long ago, probably within 10 years.
Just wondering, was it rated for having buses parked on it?
That's a good question.
Because I know there's different kinds of the chambers. There's chambers that you can park on and chambers.
Is the
you
parking
can't.
lot over it, or is it past the parking lot? I don't know.
No, it is the parking lot. Because you can see where the gravel is, and then right after that's the candy canes.
Right,
And then the buses are all.
right.
well, see, after it's all over with and done, then we have to give the public a consensus. All right, in order to keep this building, to have it safely for right now, here's the things that have to be done now, and here's the things that will have to be done in the future. You know,
There's like $5,000 in there right now, I think. So a little less or a little bit more than $5,000, but that's going to get sucked up just in what Everett went and required is right off the top.
Well,
Really
the
need to
biggest-
get some numbers and see what we're looking. I mean, we need to try to get some contractors out there and.
Well, the biggest thing as
Get 'em.
the public starts to use it or put it to use or do something, it's going to become a hole that we put money in. So we have to find a way that they can use it. And I have heard and I have talked to a lot of people, but you know what? I keep on telling them, you have to do something. You're going to have people that volunteer to have a dance there, to have this here, to have that there. And stuff like that, because it becomes a hole to put money in.
And we need to start thinking about, you know, just letting it go for waiving the fees and all that stuff, because all that money, you know, that we just waived. I mean, we got, you know, I'm glad they got the contract, but that's, what, $125 for 10 times using.
I mean, I'd love to see something like a youth
Now, do you go to the park,
department
John?
meeting, run out of there or something like that. You know, something for the
Like
kids,
what?
a youth, you know, youth night or something like that, where they have games or movies or something
Yeah,
like
if
that.
it
for
was
the
set
kids.
up,
Yeah.
you know, with all the, you know, and all the handicap stuff's all good. And
That would be great, and that's what this town has to have is something like that anyway. So and that's a possibility, but it's up to the public though. We give them all the parameters and everything else on what it's going to have to be to fix it, or what they can do and what they can't do.
I mean, just from what I've
They
seen,
make
to be
that
honest with
decision.
you, I think there's over $150,000, you know, roughly, if not
Off the
more.
top.
Yeah, the thought of everything.
Can I ask you when you're thinking about having this meeting?
What do you
I think
think?
sooner than later, because we want to do something in.
We want another meeting with the Board of Selectmen anyway, so when we have a public, don't you have to have so much notice? Is it 2
Or
weeks?
Is it a public meeting or is it a public hearing?
Public hearing / meeting, we're gonna do BOS
Kind of
stuff
town.
after it.
So you can have a public hearing, but it really is, it's not formal like a public hearing, it's just a public meeting to have people's input.
we want their input on
Yes,
the
it's not really a hearing.
Because then we
Yeah,
do,
to me, ideally, you would have we would have a presentation that would just touch on all the points we just discussed. Like the current use, or lack of use, the current state, and then like the options, so just touching the envelope, doing a bit more than that. There's some meeting standards that would have to be addressed.
So it's really a public informational, because a public
Right.
hearing, you're giving notice of an action. You're giving notice of a, whether it be monetary or a decision, you're hearing it.
We're having a gather.
It's
It's
just
for
a.
input.
And
So we could just have that be an extended public input at a regular meeting?
yeah, you can have,
Yeah,
it's
you
just
could.
an informational.
I thought we were gonna have something to do with public input, that way if we decided maybe putting something in a warrant article for this year or next year for what we wanna do to the building, or what the long-term goal would be. Is that not what we're talking about doing?
That can
Yeah,
be-
I mean,
all
get
that
their
at a
input. I
regular
mean,
meeting.
yeah, we want them, I mean,
Yeah.
the bulk of it was to get the town's input, one way or the other, of what they think about that building. It'd be nice to have some more, some sort of numbers, but I think 150 is pretty,
I think that's on the low side with everything.
way above side.
The goal should probably be that, yes, to have something at the town meeting, at a minimum, maybe raising money to have a sturdy performance, so we have our numbers or updated numbers. I mean, the only numbers, unfortunately, we're gonna have are dated at this point, 10 years old, but so they can only get worse from where they were then.
You have 3 Mondays before Christmas.
Well, I think Mike had a good idea. Let's take a bunch of pictures, put it on a slideshow, and during the public input, and that kind of thing, we do that first and explain to them, this is what needs to be fixed, this is what needs to be fixed, this is what needs to be done, here's the picture of it, and then let them go and look at it and walk around, and then they have an idea of what it's going to take. So we just need to do it so they will have all the information. Let them walk around. They're going to have to make that
I
decision.
just
don't
hope
know.
that the people show up, because this is
Well, it doesn't matter, this is their opportunity, if they show up, they show up, if they
Yeah.
don't, they don't, then it's gonna go, if it's something larger, or if you just wanna keep it at the minimum, it's the envelope, then you proceed like that, if you wanna put it on the ballot, it goes on the ballot, and they can show up at
Yeah,
it.
just like the noise ordinance,
That's voting, that's right,
50 to 1.
but you still could have moved forward on the noise ordinance, and it could have been voted on, but you didn't, so those are your choices.
But we still need to put in a warrant article on it
For what?
For what?
For how much money?
to either
I mean,
fix it
it needs major
or
repairs
not
in
fix
there,
it.
so
I
we
mean, you
we-
could spend
we put-
50 downstairs.
Yeah, but, we need to figure out what's the biggest fish on the hook there. I mean, obviously windows and getting water inside is pretty important. It needs paint. The roof is, missing shingles, so those are some of the top priorities, along with the life safety issues.
Life safety's first,
Yeah.
and the roof.
Yeah.
To stop the
I think the windows are on kind of both those categories.
Right.
It comes out in the plans.
life safety. Yeah, because they said they're ready to fall out.
Yeah, there's one in the back.
So the warrant article, from what we had talked about, our last meeting, was to either the town's going to keep it or the town is going to get rid of it.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to have, concrete numbers. You just have to have an idea of what you want. If you're gonna put money into a capital reserve, you don't need,
I think that you're looking between 150 and probably 200, 220, somewhere in that range to really get that up to
Over
a
a
usable
period of
space
what?
where it's
2 or 3
You know,
years.
we ought to bust it up then, and maybe if that's the consensus of holding on to it, then, and we decide that, then maybe 70 or something, start with the life safety stuff, and stop anything from rotting any more than it is for that first year.
The water mitigation in the basement.
The what?
water mitigation basin.
Yeah, roof, and, yeah. I don't know how much it would even be, probably 70 isn't enough
Well,
to handle all of it. It's that's not even windows, the roof could be
What
20,
the roof
30.
here cost?
Didn't get total prices yet, because the last people that went up and looked at it said that they didn't feel as though we needed one
We
yet.
got prices roughly, I think someone said 40,000, is that right? Right
I
around there.
don't recall that number. Really?
So I believe that was roughly, but again, The only shingles that we're missing on that with a tower that we can see, the replacement for that is slated for next year. There is, I believe, roughly 30,000 in the reserve for, and come on in, those, come on in, Evan. Those are just roofs in general. Those aren't slated for the old town hall or.
And Mike, I'll volunteer to go over there and take all the pictures, because that's what I used to do.
Okay.
So I'll go over there and then I'll forward the pictures to you. You can put them on.
Make a decoupage.
So I just want to know when you're thinking about the.
Probably
meeting.
something like that. You need a projector, and I don't have anything to do that on.
Can you make slides?
Well, you
You
can
can do it
take
PowerPoint,
it right,
can't you?
No,
What?
I got a screen, and I need slides.
Do we have a projector?
We can
I
get
have one that takes slides.
I can borrow one.
No, we do not. Not that I know.
The church
So
might.
we might have. I'll ask Deb.
You never do presentation?
I'll ask Deb.
The school knows that. That we can go over.
Borrow one from
This will give us,
Fire department.
this will give us a chance to get the public involved.
Yep. All right, well,
Right, next one.
do we good for a date? We just need a date.
So you have 3. Do you want to do it prior to
So there's
Christmas?
no, and it's just public input, then there's no special time that they need to.
No, you have, if you want to do it on Monday, you have the 3rd, the 10th, the 17th.
Monday coming up? Yeah, Monday coming up down there.
Okay,
Is that gonna
Make
give
it
you time
happen.
and everything?
that's fine.
Yeah.
We'll take pictures.
So the 3rd.
Would it?
Today's Tuesday, so Monday.
Because we have a budget committee meeting on the 5th.
On the 5th.
Yeah, I would.
Probably gotta get the budget
think
done.
that the next Monday is better, but then.
You want the 10th?
Well, it's the 5th.
We'll do the 5th, and we do the budget stuff, and get that out of the way that they need for.
Yeah.
What day is the 5th?
It's
Still-
Wednesday.
Still a little bit of work on the budget, so.
So the following one, so 2 weeks.
So
When this coming, the 10th?
Got it.
You with that, Marshall?
I'm good.
Good. Okay,
Thank you.
now, we're gonna go into a non-public. It's, I make a motion, we go into non-public RSA 91A3, Roman numeral 2C. Can I have a roll call, please?
Marshall Bishop here.
Michael Wilson here.
Steve McQuinney here.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
You'll excuse us, we're gonna go into non-public. Mr. Merritt? Okay. We'll be